Hi everyone, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and I'm excited about the project that we're going to make together today. So we're going to make this pretty chandelier earring featuring lots of lovely sparkly prestige crystals. So this is a really fun design, and this is one of those pieces that you can definitely wear for a more formal occasion, or you can just wear it with a pair of jeans, just dress up an everyday outfit. So I really like all the crystals and I like how it hangs. So it's got that really pretty chandelier finding, and it's quite easy to do as well. So what you're going to need for this particular project is you are going to need a finding such as this. There are other styles available that also have multiple loops at the bottom. This one's by Tiara Cast, and it's just a really pretty finding. And then you're going to need an earring hook to hang it from. Now I'm using an earring hook with a little ball detail, and I'm doing that because I'm going to be using ball head pins. So I just want to carry that design theme across the whole earring. And then I'm going to be using these really pretty prestige crystals. This is an olive bead, and it is 6 millimeters by 7 millimeters. I'm going to be using some 4 millimeter bicones as well as some 5 millimeter bicones, and this is in a crystal shimmer. So it has almost an A-B effect if you're familiar with that, but not quite as strong. So it just kind of is like a little hint of color that pops from it. So 4 millimeter bicone, 5 millimeter bicone, the olive bead, which is 6 by 7, the chandelier finding, the head pins with the ball, and the earring hook. And then for your tools, you're going to need 2 pairs of chain nose pliers. Probably just going to use one, but I always have a second pair handy, a pair of cutters, and then a wire looping plier or a round nose. Both work really well for this project. So those are your supplies, and I'm going to clear away the tools so that we have a little bit more space to look at what we're doing. Put this guy up here as well so we can reference it, and now we can start to build our earring. Grab one of your head pins, and we're just going to slip onto it one single bicone bead. Okay, just like so. Now I'm going to grab my wire looping pliers, and we're going to make a simple wire loop. So you could do this with wire looping or round nose. So you're just going to grab right where the wire exits the bead. And for us who are using wire looping pliers, we just squeeze, push down, rotate up, and crisscross like so. So it made like a nice little loop. And then what we do is we trim off the excess wire. So just go right into that hole and snip where it crisscrosses. Now I'm not going to worry about straightening it up right now. You see it's not quite in line because I do have to open it again in order to put it onto the chandelier finding. So I don't need to go to an extra step. Okay, so I want to make 2 that are identical to that. Okay, so we'll have 2 little single bicone loops, or bicone dangles, I should say. And then for the next one, what we're going to do, and I did some little testing to make sure that these would hang correctly. We're going to put on 1 bicone of the green. This is a Majestic Green by Prestige. So really pretty, pretty green. And then we're going to put 1 of the crystal shimmer ones on. Same thing, we're just going to create a simple loop. Like so, and trim it where it crisscrosses. And we want 1 more of those ones as well. So we're making it symmetrical on both sides so it hangs nicely. Okay, same thing. And then we'll make our middle one here in a second, which will be a little bit more sparkly, so because it's going to use that olive bead. Okay, last one. So for this one here, we're going to start with the olive bead down at the base. So it's got some nice weight to it. Then we're going to add the pretty shimmer one, and then 1 more of the Majestic Green in the 4 millimeter. So you can do this in whatever color you want. There are tons of colors. You can do this in pink, purple, blue. You could do it according to birthstone. You can do it to match an outfit, whatever you like. Same technique. And if you follow the same pattern of the sizes of the bicones and the size of the olive bead, then they're going to hang nicely. When I first made this design, they were kicking out a little bit strangely. So if you look here, when they hang, they all have room to hang. They all can move freely. They're not knocking into each other. Because what I had originally done is I'd put a bigger olive bead up here and it was actually kind of kicking out the side ones. They weren't sitting right. So if you follow the same sizes, you could do this in whatever color you like. Okay, so now all we need to do is put everything together at this point because we've made all of our components. Let's just start on one end. And what's nice about this particular finding is it is the same on both sides. So there's really not a right or wrong way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my tiniest little dangle. And I'm going to just open up this loop the same way I would open a jump ring. So I just pull it off to the side. I'm not stretching it outward. I'm just twisting it to the side. And then I'm going to put it right through the little side loop. And then I'm just going to close it on up. At this point, I do want to make sure it's closed properly. So we've got one right there. Now we're going to move on to the next size. So we're going to do this one here with the 2 bicones. And we're just going to loop it on as well. And close it up as well. Okay, now we're ready for our middle. And I am trying to make it so all of the open parts are towards the back. So I am putting them all on in the same direction, just so that the more finished look is up front. Okay, and then we just need another one of these because like I said, we're making this symmetrical. Okay, and last one, and then we'll do our earring hook. And the earring hook, we're gonna attach the exact same way. So nice, quick and easy earring, just lots of nice sparkle, fun. Maybe if you're doing parties or holidays or prom or weddings or whatever it may be, it's nice to be able to make a really pretty sparkly earring and one that you can customize the color with too. Okay, so for the earring, it too is just basically like a simple wire loop down there. You're just going to open it up and then slip on the top loop of your chandelier finding here. Close it on up, and it's got that nice ball detail. And we are done. We made our matched earring. So here you go. It's just gonna hang and sparkle. And there's one, and there is 2. So we've got our matched pair of sparkly earrings made with prestige crystals and some beautiful findings. You can find all the supplies for this project and many more over at beadaholique.com. Thanks, everyone.